Hello and welcome to our video on Principles of Sales Contest Design. We made this video because we wanted to share our point of view on not only how to design effective sales contests, but at the same time, how to avoid absolute non-starters. Sales contests are short-term tools used to increase sales activity and drive specific outcomes from sales teams which are not already being driven by existing goals. Sales contests are fun for the sales team members and create enthusiasm towards goal achievement in what can otherwise be a slightly mundane goal chase. Non-starter sales contests are ones in which, let's say, almost more than 80% of the team members mentally check out or opt out after the contest is announced. Their enthusiasm in participating in the contest is low, and one can observe that they are not making efforts to win the contest. Non-starter sales contests happen a lot. It's just that sales leaders avoid talking about them to avoid ignominy. Let's see an example of a non-starter sales contest as narrated by a former client of ours. This client had a team of 30 inside sales reps. He usually gives them base target in terms of billing in Indian rupees. He announced a contest in which the first sales rep to cross 120% of her base sales target gets a reward of rupees 5,000. Here's what he told us over the phone. Most of the team was not enthusiastic about the contest. I could see that they are not even making an extra effort to get to 120% of the base target. Eventually, the contest was won by one of our high performers who any case exceeds targets practically every month. You see, the objective of a contest is not just to pump adrenaline in a sales team. It is also to create an environment where everyone is trying to maximize their outcome. In other words, hypothetically, if everyone is equally enthusiastic about a contest, everyone will try to exceed the contest target. While there will be a few winners only, the sum total of the achieved numbers for the team, including those who did not win the contest, would be significantly higher than if the contest were not announced. This is good news for the company. On the other hand, if most sales reps are not responsive towards the contest, only few sales reps will try to maximize their outcome. That will cause a minor bump in the overall sales target, but that wasn't what the company intended. In short, the objective of a well-designed sales contest is to get every member of the team equally enthusiastic about participating in the contest and ensuring that every team member is trying to maximize their outcome. We want to avoid a scenario where team members are mentally opting out of the contest because they do not fancy their chances. Of course, this is a very ideal scenario and unlikely to happen. However, there are some principles one can follow to get as close to this ideal scenario as possible. Let's see what these principles are. Number one, design contests among small groups. The larger the group, the fewer the number of people with interest in the contest. There's a combination of probability and game theory at play here. In the example cited by our former client, he had launched a contest amongst 30 people. The average and below average performers know that the high performers are part of this contest. While some may muster up the courage to compete, most are likely to opt out. We've seen this happen over and over again across sales teams. To avoid this situation, It's best to organize contests in group sizes no more than 5. For example, with few competitors being around, the probability of people opting out goes down significantly. The probability of winning for each player goes up. It means more salespeople will put in comparatively more effort for the reward in the second scenario. It also means that the sum total of sales, irrespective of the winner, is likely to be comparatively higher. Theoretically, there can be more winners now since there are more groups. You can also group people of the same performance bracket together so that the competition is a tough one within any group. If you don't believe us, please try it out in your sales team and measure the outcome. Number 2, make the contest easy to understand. Avoid multiple and complex conditions while designing contests. Too many conditions can confuse participants and give the perception of the contest result being unachievable. Let me share an example that was narrated by another former client. He announced a contest which carried a reward of Rs 5,000 for crossing 120% of base target before 20th of the month. However, he put in a slew of conditions after that. For example, only applicable if number of clients acquired is greater than 5. If an old churned client is revived, it will not be counted, etc. etc. There were few more, but I don't clearly remember. The more the number of conditions, the more the number of mental obstacles for the sales reps, the lesser the average enthusiasm. This was also reported by the client. Again, if you are not convinced by this, try doing this as an A/B test across the next few sales contests that you organize. Number 3, use a metric that is different from the base target metric. Use contests to drive a different behavior that is not already being driven by the base target. If you use the same metric, you're leaving on the table a distinct advantage and an opportunity that contests give you. That is, to drive behaviors which are otherwise difficult to drive. Let us see this with an example. If the base target is measured in terms of billing value, for example, 5 lakh Indian rupees by the end of the month, the contest can be based on a different metric like number of new accounts or number of new clients acquired. So even if a sales rep is thinking of going for one big win to meet the sales target, the contest can tempt her to acquire 5 smaller accounts and yet achieve the target. Of course, the reward has to be attractive enough. Number 4, avoid zero-sum games. Contests that can theoretically have multiple winners get higher upside for the company than zero-sum games, where there are few winners. Of course, this also means that you have uncertainty over contest budgets. However, please remember that the sales upside might just turn out to be worth that budget. Example, uh, there can be two scenarios. One is race to 5 new clients in the month. The winner gets rupees 5,000 and a dinner with the CEO. Now, this is a zero sum game, right? There can be only one winner. Compare this with whoever crosses 5 clients this month gets rupees 5,000 and a dinner with the CEO. In the first case, there can be only one winner. If a clear leader emerges in the middle of the month, the others will give up at the time and conserve energy. Compare this with the second scenario. There can be multiple winners, so it is unlikely that anyone in the team would give up. What they are really playing for is pride. In which case do you think will the sum of the achieved goals be higher, intuitively speaking? Again, if you're having a hard time guessing the outcome, try it out in your team. Number 5, provide instant gratification. Contests shouldn't run too long. Ideally, should run for about half or one third of the target cycle. For example, if the target cycle is 1 month, contests can be weekly or fortnightly. If there is a large gap between the time of win and dispersal of reward, the gratification is obviously delayed. Beyond the point, delayed gratification can turn into lack of motivation for that contest and even future contests. Over the years, we have heard this feedback from various frontline sales reps across organizations. So the gap between winning and reward needs to be minimized. Having said this, contests that run over extended periods of time beyond the target sales cycle should also be held. However, we've noticed that the excitement for such contests die down quickly. It can lose steam before the contest ends. Contests without a photo finish are hardly contests. Number 6. Recognition trumps cash any day, especially if you have an incentive scheme already running. Recognition also tends to get etched in the sales rep's memory much more than a cash only reward, thereby acting as a source of inspiration in future. There's a lot of scope of creativity in designing recognition. For example, dinner with founder, photograph on wall of fame, etc. Any more creative ideas? Please write it in the comment section. So, based on these principles, let us circle back to the contest that was designed by our former client. So here's how we redesigned the contest for him based on some of these principles. We did not use all the principles, but you will get the drift. We designed 6 contests with groups of 5 each. The base target was in billing value. So the contest was based on number of new accounts acquired in the first 15 days of the month. The first 2 members to reach 5 new accounts acquired in the first 15 days of the month get a reward. The reward was a sundowner party by the CEO at a nearby hotel for the winners. Can you guess the outcome? There were eventually 10 winners of the contest. Again, this may not be the best way to design the contest, but we were happy that it did not turn out to be an absolute non-starter. So, let us quickly recap the 6 principles of sales contest design. That's all for this video. Please subscribe to our channel if you'd like to stay updated on our future videos. Also, if you like, please share the video on LinkedIn. Thank you for watching.